What's up guys? I'm trying to make a different kind of video today, and it's basically going to be how to carry a game that was pretty much unwinnable. This is about 2000 ELO average on Europe West, so it's pretty decent skill level. As you can see, the gold is like 24k to 29k, and that's a pretty big difference. It's taken a lot of our towers, and our mid and top lane are pretty much just dead. This is going to be a decently long video, and yeah, the only explaining I'm going to do, basically, is you need to change your mentality for Soloqueue. Especially when you're playing something like KILLI. This game, like, if you could see the chat, for some reason the chat doesn't work, but everyone on our team, apart from me and pretty much Nunu, is like, surrender the game, it's over, 20 minutes surrender, blah blah blah. The standard rage you get in Soloqueue. However, I know that because it's Soloqueue, and because they have a strange team, and they're not actually that great players, that you can make comebacks in this game as long as you believe that you can make comebacks and you understand how. So pretty much the way to do this is think about how they're thinking. So now they're like up 6k gold, which is a really big deal at this stage of the game. This is where my team's rage quitting and trying to surrender because it's 20 minutes. And basically they're going to try and do Baron. That's 100% guaranteed because it's how you end the game. So you know they're going to try to do Baron. And we have an okay-ish team to poke them at Baron. However, this is where you have to think about, if we fight 5v5, how am I going to kill a Darius that has Frozen Mallet, Merc Treads, Warden's Mail, Heart of Gold, Philo Stone, and he's like level 13 while I'm level 11, and I'm KILLI. I'm just not going to be able to kill him. I mean, look at this Darius, he's just killing people. So this is where you play. You just split push all game. You just don't leave the bottom lane, ever. You just push, and you push, and you push, and you push. Especially with Nunu's Blood Bowl. It's just, it makes Caitlyn absolutely insane. And because I had cleanse, I know that Annie can't stop me. If she tries to burst me down, I can cleanse out of it and should be okay. However, I can poke her down, and then eventually, hopefully, get the tower. It's been a while since I watched this replay, so I'm not really sure what's going on, to be quite honest. But getting dragons is always good, obviously. But this is where, like, you see their team here. Annie's setting up for Baron. Darius setting up for Baron. Soloqueue wants to do Baron, but they have to defend this bottom lane. Otherwise, they would have done Baron by now for like 100% sure. So I'm still top of CS, but Corky's probably got better items than me, just some team gold. I don't know how you check it. I think it's this button. So he's, yeah, okay. So he's like 900 gold. 900? What kind of math is that? Okay, 800 gold behind me. There we go. But that doesn't really faze me because I know Corky's good in team fights. Don't get me wrong. Corky's really good in team fights, but he can't really stop me from split pushing. That's the thing. And I think this is the big fight where the game kind of goes worse in our favor, even though it should have gone better. But Amu is clearing wards because why not? It's a good thing to do. But now they're 5-man. They're 5-man going Baron. A lot of people, I'm going to pause the game here and just talk about this. They look at how they are. We can see this from our vision. We can see, oh, there's Corky, there's Annie, there's Leona, there's Soloqueue, and there's Darius all around the Baron pit, and we have like one ward to see them. And Orianna's in base. They're a lot stronger than us in levels and in terms of items. And we have nothing. We just have nothing to stop them. This is where a lot of people will be like, oh shit, I need to recall and I need to run to Baron right now. But honestly, looking at the teams, we are not going to win a 5v5 fight unless they make huge mistakes. But at this ELO, people don't tend to make massive mistakes in terms of gameplay. They tend to make mistakes more in terms of how to manage a team of 5 players, as you'll probably see in a minute. The thing is, what you really have to realize is the fact that, like, these are 5 Soloqueue players. They all think about the game differently. They all just come together and try and do things as a team, as like a 5. They have no communication, and they get frustrated very easily, basically. So I'm going to unpause the game. They try and converge here. I don't think they catch a Mumu. We have the vision here so we can see what's going on. And I'm just pushing. You see here? They ping me backwards. My team is pinging me back right now. And in my mind, I'm like, no, because we're going to lose this team fight. And he's going to one-shot me, 100%. Darius is probably going to one-shot me. Look at that damage. That's on a moo-moo. You know, if that was me, I was dead. They're pushing on mid. It's a bad situation. But I'm pushing bottom tower. And they can't really get towers because they don't have the kind of team to get towers with. So here, Aurelia got a nice kill, to be fair. That was really sick by him. But they're still, like, they don't know what to do. The enemy team is just confused. Should we kill the tower? Should we go for Aurelia? Or should we stop KILLI from getting a top tower? Which is a big, big deal. And then Annie starts to recall. They're still running around mid, chasing Aurelia. Achieving not much because we have Oriana speed buff. And I've got the bottom tower. We catch Shaco. Don't kill him. That's irrelevant. And now I'm hitting the inhibitor, which is a pretty big deal. And now, see, if I would have gone back, we'd have probably achieved nothing. Honestly. We might have got one more kill. But then we might have fought a 5v5. And if we fought a 5v5 there, we would probably have lost however strong Aurelia may be. So, I'll speed the game up a touch here, because there's no point in watching a lot of this. And the enemy team is going to set up a Baron yet again, because they have to do Baron to win the game, basically, at this point. Which is how every Soloqueue games goes past, like, a decent rating. Get Baron, win the game. Now look, they're setting Baron up again. We don't have vision of it apart from this ward here, so we know they're doing it, but at the same time, we're not sure how hard they're doing it, if that makes sense, because they're going to back off like this. They engage, they almost kill him there. Nice Oriana ultimate, but then Emimu's going down. Where am I? I'm pushing the bottom tower, getting the inhibitor, because we can't fight 5 versus 5. So if there's anything you really want to get out of this video, is the fact that even though your team is probably pinging you and telling you, come, we need you, they get Baron, blah blah blah, don't go. You don't have to do it. If we went there, I'm pretty sure if I went and fought 5v5, we would have lost. Because they would have been coordinated as a 5, not thinking, what do we do about Caitlyn? Now Shaco comes back, tries to kill me, I cleanse out, get away. Which was maybe not the best play from me, but I mean, we got the inhibitor, that's all that matters. Now, looking at gold, I should be a lot stronger now. Now I'm 1.5k ahead of Corki, which is like a Zeal and a Doran's Blade, which is a pretty big deal when when you're talking about AD carries. That's pretty important. And looking at the rest of the gold, Annie's stronger than Oriana, Shaco is stronger than Amumu, Darius is way stronger than Aurelia. It's like a whole 2k, and Leona is also a little bit weaker than Nunu, but then that doesn't really matter. Aurelia fucks up a bit here and gets caught. This is a problem with teams a lot of the time. They get too overconfident. They're like, oh, we got an inhibitor, great. But it doesn't really do a lot if you still can't fight them. Because look how strong this Darius is. He has 3k HP and 160 armor and 126 magic resist, How are we going to kill him? It's not happening. So now, this is another part of the game where people get a bit confused. So we have an inhibitor, what do we do? The real answer to that is push at the lanes, honestly. Because we still can't teamfight, because look, my team is suiciding all over the map. We got 2 kills on arguably the least important targets, and lost our 3 most important heroes, which is never a good trade, ever. Especially at this kind of game. So, I'm pushing top now, because that's where Baron is. So if I do need to be at Baron, the top tower is a great place to be, because it's so close. And I still can't kill Darius. No way. Absolutely no way. I probably hit him for like 70 damage a shot or something, which is absurd. But so I'm just pushing, because Caitlyn is seriously a good pusher. And you can do this with any AD carry, don't get me wrong. Like Sivir, Corki, Graves, anything works. And now we try and stop Baron, just because we have the pressure on the bottom tower. This is what getting inhibitors do for you. You have the pressure, they have to defend here. They can't not defend. Because look, what happens when they don't defend. Creeps go walking into the base and they get all confused. And now we get a free Baron, which we should never get in this kind of game. We get a free Baron, we kill the Soloqueue, and the enemy team really fucks up again here. Let me pause the game. They're going through their mind now. If I could see that enemy team chat, would be ping 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 back on this guy, and probably on this guy, and maybe on this guy. Just because you want to fight because you think you're desperate to end the game. You think we've been winning this game. We should be winning the game. We should be winning. So you try and force a fight and hope that everyone plays perfectly and you win. But it's starting out 4v5 with a Baron buff. That kind of puts us back into the game. 5v4 and a Baron. We can fight that. And looking at their bottom, they're maybe going to lose this tower from this creep. We have another wave coming in with another creep. And this Corki has okay items, but my items would probably kill him 1v1. So I'm going to unpause the game now and watch the desperation, especially from Corki and Leona. He will hesitate 100%. What does he do? Valkyrie's in, shoot some rockets, and then the hesitation. Here it comes. They hesitate. They don't know what to do. Do we back off? Do we go in? Do we back off? Do we go in? Oh, I don't know. And then they get caught. See, this is what like pushing things does. This was a lost game. But because we can push, and Leona really fucks up here. Really, that was not a good play. And he also messes up pretty hard. And I'm strong now. Like, I've got a lot of gold because of pushing. I have 228 creep kills compared to the next person who has like 212 and it's Annie. But an AD carry with that many creep kills is strong, especially with 9 kills. Now here the surrender vote comes out from their team, which I'm not sure about, but yeah, that's kind of beside the point. I'm pushing again, getting inhibitors. That's the real focus of the game. This Darius is still really strong. My Q hits him for nothing. Our right clicks do okay damage, but it's not like kill damage, I would call it. But it's still going okay. I'm going to back off here. And this is the kind of point in the game where you have to decide, is my team good enough to be able to fight a 5 versus 5? Or am I going to have to find some way of catching them out and split pushing to end the game? And at this point in the game, I thought Irelia is pretty decent. I've seen him play okay. Oriana's landed some clutch ultimates. And Mumu is doing really not a lot, but if he can hit his Archie at a decent time, that will protect me from Darius for 2 or 3 seconds. And Nunu Blood Boil makes me really strong. And he seems like a decent player from the laning phase. I'm going to fast forward this a bit again. Now, I didn't buy a Last Whisper this game. And the reasoning behind that is because I wanted pure damage to take Annie out and to take Soloqueue out. And Leona doesn't have a lot of armor as it is. She only has 80. Annie has 77. Soloqueue has 80. And Corki has 80. So Darius is really the only one I'd buy a Last Whisper for. However, having the extra damage to heal like from Annie's burst is pretty clutch. Also, one more thing to think about before this teamfight starts is a lot of people here would have seen Darius and they would have seen, okay, Darius is the kill target for me. I need to be able to take Darius out 1 versus 1 because he's 8 and 2 and I'm 9 and 2. So that's how games usually go, is the 2 most fed people build to take each other out. That's just usually how it ends up. However, I know they have an Annie who can one-shot me. They have a Soloqueue who can really hurt me as well because it's Trinity Force. So instead of buying a Last Whisper and maybe doing a bit more damage, I built a GA. Now what this GA really allows me to do is to get in on Annie if I want to hit her, and to get in on Soloqueue, and to get in on them kill targets that I want to take out, that I built my items for. I don't want to be hitting Darius in a team fight. That's what Aurelia's true damage is for. So watch how I play this fight. It's probably not perfect. However, I abuse the GA and having cleanse to get a little bit more advantage for my team. Now, bearing in mind, we do have Baron buff, but only for maybe another 20 seconds. So we have to try. Now, Mumu, this is... I'm going to pause the game here again. This is what I was saying before, is I thought we had a couple of decent players, but this and Mumu, I had doubts about. This is why I have doubts about players like this, because they get too eager to end games. They think, oh, we're really, really strong now. But in reality, we're not that much stronger still. Most of the gold, our gold advantage, we have, call it 5k, is pretty much on me right now. I mean, Oriana's still less gold than Annie. Amumu has a bit more than Shaco. Earlier, still less gold than Darius. It's the big chunk of it comes from me having almost 4k more than Corki. So I'm really the only one stronger. So Amumu gets way overconfident here because look where he's ulted. Like, how do we get there when Annie's here and Leona's here? Like, you can't walk in. There's no way to walk in here. Because if you walk in, you get Leona ulted, Annie ulted, and you clump up and die. So this was a really, really bad play from Amumu. And you'll see how it turns out. We try and go in. We all get blown up by Annie. I cleanse out. But I'm still hitting things because I know I'm extremely strong. I take Shaco out. And I almost take Annie out with my GA. He dies. Aurelia's up. I hit Leona to finish him off. And Darius, I'm pretty sure he catches me here. And it's almost a juke, but Randuin's really kills me. And the Darius ultimate comes down, kills me. Maybe a bit sad. But yeah, eventually we get them out. We get a 4 for 5, which shouldn't have happened. It should have been a game-ending fight, but Amumu made a really bad decision and fought stupidly. But it's enough, you know? It's enough. We got a bit more gold, probably evened out, almost evened out Annie and Oriana. It almost evened out. It's okay. Aurelia's and Darius is getting more even. Got me further ahead. So it could have gone worse, but Amumu's just... I don't want to rage on him, but he threw the game pretty hard there. Now this is another situation where I'm thinking in my head now, what do I do? Because how do I have confidence in my team when that kind of thing happens? You can't really have a lot of confidence, because that was a big game throw, which should have been a free win after I pulled the game back. So I bought a Bloodduster, so my last whisper, because of the things I said before. I want the lifesteal, I want the extra damage on things that are not Darius. I'm going to farm it up and just try and become stronger than them again, even though we gave them a bit of power back there. Baron's coming up, maybe. No, Baron's not coming up, that's a lie. Or is it? Maybe it is. We're pinging Baron. That would tell me Baron's coming up. And then, and because there's only a minute and 30 seconds left, I would presume Baron's coming up. And something big goes down. Oh no. Okay. We catch Corki. Aurelia, obviously, at the front head because he's a decent player. And what happens? This is actually pretty interesting for me because it's been a long time since I watched something like this. These two traps are really key. They can't enter the Baron pit safely because of these two traps. It's a really key thing to know if you're going to play Caitlyn. They have no vision here. We killed that extremely quick, to be honest. And then, pausing again, super quick. This is a big mistake a lot of players make. Leona's here. This is bad from Leona. Like there's no other way about it. This is just bad from Leona. But them as a team, again, desperation's coming out here. They know we have Baron because they see it from this box. But they've gone too far in. Like, what are they achieving from walking into this bush? Nothing. They can't smite Baron over the wall. They can't pull people over the wall unless someone stands in the stupidest spot in the game. They can't really get into Baron pit and do anything because it's dead. And they're just overcommitted, like, a lot here. So I'm going to unpause and see what happens. Darius really overcommitted. Okay, he pulled. That was a pretty good pull. That was like, okay. What am I doing in this fight? Standing at the back and shooting things because I don't have GA up. That's how you should play. So maybe that was a questionable E. However, it's safety first. I'm just shooting. Look at Caitlyn's range. It's ridiculous. There's double kill, triple kill, quadra kill. Do I get penta-kill? Okay, I'll pop his GA and shoot him. Ace. It wasn't a penta-kill. How was it not a penta-kill? Okay, whatever. That was a delayed penta-kill. It's good enough. But so we went from losing this game extremely hard to winning the game, 7k gold up, and me being 15-3. Now, I don't really think I'm a better player than everyone apart from Amumu in this game, because his Amumu really wasn't good. It's just about knowing how to play Soloqueue. Like, most people in this situation would have just tried to go 5v5 and help the team because their team's raging at them to come and help 5v5 Baron now. But you need to have the mental confidence in your play to know it's not actually the correct decision, and split pushing and hoping your team can do something 4v5 to stop them getting Baron is 100% in my opinion the correct decision. So I guess we just kill the base and win here. There's nothing really more to see. But hopefully that's some use to some of you, because I know at lower reloads especially, as soon as you group up with the team, that tends to be where you lose, because people don't have good teamfight mechanics even at this ELO. They do a lot of things wrong, and it just, in general, like, you can't use your individual abilities as an AD carry in team fights a lot of the time, because you rely on people to protect you and peel things off you to be able to effectively play an AD carry. However, like, I had no confidence in Amumu peeling for me this game. Absolutely not. So I decided to play without the team until we were stronger than them and we could actually force a fight where we had so much of an advantage that it didn't matter if people messed up like Amumu did. So hopefully that's something to think about, and you can use it to get higher rating before the season ends, and pretty much that, yeah. If you enjoyed this kind of video, please let me know, and I'll try and make more of this kind of thing. I do think thinking deeply about League of Legends is pretty interesting, so it's entertaining for me to do as well. Thanks for watching this video.